Howdy, folks. My name's Marble, and my pronouns are she, her.
My name is Ray, and my pronouns are he, him.
And I'm Mars, and my pronouns are they, them. And it's time to draw a card from the deck of friendship.
Which one did you draw?
Episodes 9 and 10 of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, cool. I love that one.
That's a really good card.
We're gonna win.
Is it a magic card?
Yes.
No, it's a trap card, because you're gonna get trapped into binging our very fun and wonderful podcast.
That sounds like entrapment, but all right.
This is a podcast where each and every week we talk about an episode of an anime based on a real life game. And this week we're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1 episodes 10 and 9. I did in reverse order. Whatever. I can do what I want.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Now this one ain't true.
Now, Ray, here's the thing, is that if it was Halloween, I would be at my most powerful, and I am currently operating at about 40%
Okay, well, these two were definitely spooky episodes. Agree or disagree?
You know what? Yeah, there was some spookiness to these episodes.
I was spooked. I was thoroughly spooked.
Do we want to do a plot summary for these two episodes? Because it gets wild.
Gotta go fast.
It does get wild.
I
would like to talk about Kaiba's sassy computer.
We gotta talk about Kaiba's sassy computer, but before we can even get to that, there's so much other stuff in this episode.
I know.
Okay. So, last we left, Chemo, the sort of henchman to Pegasus, was holding Mokuba captive and was setting up a duel. The conditions being, if you win this duel, hey, I'll release Mokuba. And last we left, the last image that we see of the episode before of episode 8 is Ghost Kaiba laughing maniacally and whatever. So these ones, episodes 9 and 10, duel with a ghoul and give up the ghost.
Scooby-Doo Ghoul School.
Is all about the duel between Yugimoto and Seto Kaiba.
But also the duel between Seto Kaiba and his self.
It's true.
And the duel between Seto Kaiba and a computer.
And the duel between Seto Kaiba and a very funny cartoon rabbit.
and the duel between Yugi and Pegasus.
Yeah. Okay, so
Kaiba's a ghost now.
And you might remember him being pointed at menacingly and then falling off a cliff. He died from that, and now he's a ghost.
Yep.
Absolutely. That's not what happened. I'm taking this torch, y'all.
Please take it from me.
I'm gonna go quick, okay? Because I want to get to the
How can you go quick when there's so much in this episode?
Because we just say what happened and then we talk about everything
after. You can't skip
after.
over the sassy computer, though.
You can't.
How
dare you?
Ray,
my question
if
is...
you don't dedicate at least 25 minutes of this episode to talking about the sassy computer, I will leave this podcast and never come back.
Welcome to Computer Corner, where we talk about the sassy computer in Kaiba's mansion. No card corner this week. How are we doing the format? Are we going to do a quick summary, or are we going to go through point by point?
Let's go point by point. Let's do it. Let's talk about all the weird, crazy garbage that happened in this episode. Kaiba's dead. He's a ghost. He looks at Yugi. He's like, I'm a ghost of Kaiba, and I'm here to take revenge because you dueled me so hard that I died.
Essentially.
And the way he proves that he's Kaiba. Go ahead.
Can I pause for a second just to point out that there is some credence to our, Kaiba and going on a journey to reclaim his voice from Ursula. In the fact that, last we see him, he is by the ocean.
Yes, you're right. Oh my god.
So, all I'm saying is that the part we don't see is him, crawling out of the depths.
Meeting with Ursula. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
He did get his voice back, though.
He did get his voice back.
He did.
Yeah. It might be explained in the manga, but it's just not. They don't go into it here.
Yeah. So Yugi's like, that's not Kaiba. This is stupid. He looks like his face is half melting off under his eyeballs.
Well, here's the thing. Joey does say that doesn't even look like Kaiba.
Doesn't even look like him.
But
That ain't what it do, Yug.
But I mean, it does look like Kaiba. One thing I will say, Joey, is that it does look like Kaiba. It just got some extra lines around the
whoever
eyes.
created that disgusting homunculus, they did a good job. Oh, spoilers.
You know,
Kind
But
of.
yeah, so everyone's like, that's not Kaiba. Like they're like this is silly. Stop pretending it's Kaiba. Everybody knows it's not Kaiba. But the guy is like, nope, just look at him, it's Kaiba. And then the evil Kaiba's like, yup, it's me, I'm Kaiba. Ever notice how you never see evil ghost Kaiba and real Kaiba in the same room at the same time?
it's because we're the one and the same.
Yeah,
And
so
the way Ghost Kaiba proves that he's actually Kaiba is that he plays Hitatsume Giant, which is the first monster, or one of the first monsters that Kaiba used on Yugi in their first duel.
You're right.
And then he also summons Blue Eyes White Dragon, among other things.
Blue Eyes White Dragon. That one's the scary one that kills all the
Everyone.
monsters.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we get a dramatic irony. Is it dramatic irony? The one where the audience knows, but the characters don't?
Yeah.
One of the ironies.
Yeah. I think you're right.
We get a dramatic irony, and we get Kaiba sneaking into his mansion
Which,
over
okay,
a song.
Look, yes, we gotta talk about this song.
We gotta talk
They make
about
an
the
AMV.
song.
They make an AMV.
for Kaiba sneaking into his mansion.
It is genuinely just like, it comes out of nowhere too, which is the thing. No, at no point before this episode has like music with lyrics been a thing.
Well, here's the thing: is that I did a little bit of research because peek behind the curtain, we did watch this episode twice. So I did a little research, and it turns out that they did just put that in there specifically for me because I wanted it. See, I didn't even know that I would want it when I was too young to retain the knowledge and information that you get when you watch Yu-Gi-Oh! But they were like, Marble needs to see this, and one day she will. So
That's why we have
to put
include
this
it.
very funny, very out of place AMV into this Yu-Gi-Oh! Episode.
One day she will need this to defeat the darkness, and that day is today.
Yeah, I'm defeating the darkness right now.
So I'm a little disappointed because on the wiki for this episode, it doesn't mention the song at all.
Okay, that's
not fair.
There is I did look it up. There is one with there is a full version.
There's a full version.
Yes,
thank
it
God.
came
Okay.
with a McDonald's Millennium or Pegasus version McDonald's CD song thing.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
buck wild. Yeah,
That's a lot of words.
yeah.
Yeah, essentially what I got from is that McDonald's released the CD and this song was on that CD to promote Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something.
All right.
Well, that's just the best news I've ever gotten in my life.
Right.
I'll have to cover that song for Artificial Ghost Radio.
Oh, please
There
do.
you go. Okay. Crossovers.
Yeah. This, what I love too about, because it's the sort of song is it's the backing track while Kaiba's breaking into his own mansion, having gotten back to it from wherever cliffside he was and fell down. I love it too because the ending part of it is him opening the door and then it perfectly cutting to guess what, I'm back in the lyrics or whatever. It's just timed out really well. It is cheesy for sure, but it works so well.
Thank you for joining us for Art Ghost.
Okay. Well, all right. All right, sure. Anyway, so.
Because there's a ghost in the episode.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll leave the podcast now. Y'all have fun. Bye.
Okay.
No,
all right.
Raymond,
I'm
we
gonna go play
need
with my
you.
Tamagotchi.
Raymond, you have to stay.
Okay. So, Kaiba breaks in. There's a secret hatch that leads into the mansion, that leads to a bookcase door, that leads to a door with a retinal scan to get into this secret gamer space that he lives in. This computer room with an incredibly sassy computer.
Can I please talk about the sassy computer?
Please talk about the sassy computer.
Basically, Kaiba breaks into his own home and logs into his incredibly sassy computer.
Mm-hmm. On the Seto Kaiba OS.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Yeah, he boots up his computer and it just says in big curvy letters, it just says Seto Kaiba. And his computer is, I don't even remember the line specifically, but it's like, I can't believe you're alive. How are we going to do this? What are we going to do about Pegasus?
What? How come you're breaking into your own home?
Yeah.
Let me catch you up on the plot really quick.
Yeah. So the sassy computer just burns through some exposition at the speed of light, just so Kaiba knows what's going on. And
He's devastated that Yugi doesn't have Exodia anymore.
Yeah, he finds out that Yugi lost Exodia, which is I don't know how Kaiba's sassy computer knew that, but I guess it's common knowledge. Maybe Weevil started tweeting about it. It was like just threw some idiot's Exodia cards into the ocean. One of his friends almost died trying to get it. Hashtag I'm a respectable duelist. So basically, the sassy computer is gonna help Kaiba hack into Duelist Kingdom,
yeah.
to find out where Yugi is, so Kaiba can help Yugi win the duel by hacking the amount of power that Blue Eyes White Dragon has.
Okay.
Because
we're forgetting an important part of how he gets there.
You mean by crashing a satellite into the Earth?
Yeah.
Causing international crime.
Right.
Yeah, he does do an international crime.
He does
which
cause
is how
an
you
international
can see
incident. It's true.
Yeah, he is starting to overcome his wealthy privilege, and now he's willing to help the working class by crashing a hacking satellite into the Earth. And so he does.
Okay. So there's one point that I want to. Well, there's 2 points, I guess, that I want to make about this. One, so the idea is that the Industrial Illusions satellite or whatever, the way to hack into the island and find out where Yugi is dueling is and get past the firewall is to cause a crash on the main computer. And what they mean by crash is, literally crash the satellite into a building, probably killing a lot of people.
Yeah, but don't think about it is the thing.
But don't think
They're
about
all
it.
robots. It's fine.
Don't think about it. Everybody evacuated. Everybody's safe.
I'm
There's
here for
plenty of
robot
Band-Aids
rights.
to go around.
So there's 2 things that I want to point out about this. One, I think it's implying that Industrial Illusions' main offices is in California, which is just a fun fact, because it sort of the camera takes perspective of the satellite and then zooms into the world and seems to be zooming into somewhere in California, something like that. The other thing, which I don't think was made clear in the episode, is that apparently the Industrial Illusions' main computer is called the Millennium Computer.
Now, is that a Millennium item?
No, I think Pegasus is just a nerd.
Pegasus just likes consistency.
I mean, we're gonna call
There's
it
nothing
a Millennium
nerdy
item.
about liking consistency. It's a Millennium computer.
Okay, if you think Pegasus is a nerd, Kaiba is also a nerd.
Oh no, Kaiba's
because
a
he's
massive
talking-
nerd.
He's hacking and also talking to a sassy AI that he probably programmed so he had someone to talk to while he was doing this.
Where the heck did Kaiba learn to hack?
He's rich. He probably took a class. Well, he's
guess.
probably really good at it, and that's why he's in charge of the company.
Is that what rich people do? Because they have so much free time, they just learn how to hack, and then they dox you, and then they post your internet on the internet.
Well, here we go.
So it's funny because apparently in the original Japanese version, the computer is entirely formal and only talks about matters that are actually related to the actual events.
which is silly. Who cares about that? Nobody likes that.
Nobody likes the original
Give me
computer.
my sassy computer. Give me Karen, the computer wife.
Yeah. Well, I was just about to say that, like, I would love to have my computer be, like, sassy at me, but also I was just thinking about it, and, like, I disable Cortana in Windows 10, I don't use the Google Assistant on my phone, I don't like any of those AI, like, not even really AI, those assistant bots, and I feel like I wouldn't like it either if that was more, if it was more. You know?
Okay, Google, will you please say, "Hello, Mars, I am not an evil robot."
Hello, Mars. I am not an evil
I don't...
robot.
It didn't do it.
It didn't do it.
It didn't do it.
Hey, okay, Google.
Okay,
please,
Google, tell me a sports joke.
It's a wonder how steams get so hot.
I don't want to make light of this very funny situation, but Google did just not confirm that it was an evil.
Oh, no.
Okay, Google. Crash the Industrial Illusion satellite
Stop.
into
No,
the Millennium
Mars, no,
into
Mars,
the
no.
Millennium computer.
Oh, no. You're about to cause an international incident.
Okay, Google,
Well-
please crash the Industrial Illusions satellite into Duelist Kingdom.
Here are some results from the web.
Oh.
Oh,
See,
boy.
that's what I'm talking about.
Hey, Google, I love you.
I can't believe this moment finally came. You should know I think you're the best.
Do you love me back?
I love helping you.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Are you friend-zoning me?
Oof.
I can't tell. Sorry.
She's totally friend-zoning you.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm sorry, Marble.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I'm here for you, buddy.
It's fine. Maybe robots are evil.
You deserve better than her anyway.
It's fine.
Marble, it's okay.
It's fine. No, let's continue the episode. So
You still have Heartbeat
He logs into his
Lady.
sassy
It's
computer. You're right. Okay, so he logs into the sassy computer and he crashes a satellite, and he's trying to hack into the Duelist Kingdom mainframe, and he gets an access denied message, which is a big red no symbol, like the circle with the line through it, but
Just hanging out in that circle.
It also has a very ridiculous pink cartoon bunny rabbit that like it's 100% like a Western, like Bugs Bunny ass cartoon.
Yeah,
like, it is
yeah.
wild. And he's just hanging out in the access denied sign. Probably my favorite part of this episode. And he comes up again later. He's a recurring character in these two episodes that we watch.
Okay, so these two episodes are more about Kaiba hacking computers than it is about Duel Monsters.
It's true. It's true.
The thing is, Kaiba's trying to... So he gets in by exploding a door or something. Oh, wait. Yeah.
Yeah, so
He
there's this
uses dynamite.
virtual hallway that represents all of the dueling arenas on Duelist Kingdom. And they try and go into this one door. And the sassy computer, who doesn't have a name.
Sassy computer.
The sassy computer.
Her name is OK Google.
She freezes up and has to reboot, and then tries again, still freezes up. So Kaiba decides, hey, guess what? I'm just gonna press the dynamite button.
Everybody's favorite dynamite button on their keyboard.
You know, on your keyboard, you've got the @ symbol, you've got the parentheses, you've got the dynamite button.
And you see, it is a shame because I've actually lost a few like art pieces that I was working on because I was trying to hit that Control Z and I accidentally hit the dynamite button.
Yeah, I think it's stupid that on like at least on my keyboard, the dynamite button is like right in the middle of the QWERTY keys.
It's like right next. Like, here's the thing: I'll be playing Apex and I'll be like, okay, I need to throw a grenade. Oh, this key that has a picture of a dynamite button ought to do it, and then my computer explodes.
Hold on. Okay. All right. The wiki says, despite the freezes, he forces the virtual door by some hacking trick.
It's called dynamite button. Wiki.
Yeah, press the dynamite button.
You gotta press the dynamite button, go boom, and then
I
he
feel
gets
like the
in.
audience might not believe us, so if you haven't been watching the show up to this point, I'd implore you to just watch up to that part, just so you can he actually legitimately presses the dynamite button. We're not joking.
Yeah.
This is not made up. This is not a bit or a goof. It's true. He presses a dynamite button and it blows up a door in a virtual hallway that he made in VR chat.
And then he sees a virtual fortress, and he can't get in, and so he's like, how do we find Yugi here?
Right. Well, because the computer is just like you can't use the dynamite button on this door. It'll only open.
It's too strong.
It's too strong. You need a password.
Right?
And what is the password?
Pegasus.
It is Pegasus's computer.
It's
what
Pegasus.
could the password
It's Pegasus.
be?
Okay.
What could it be?
It's Pegasus. The password is Pegasus. But
The password is Pegasus.
but I will say what the difference is in the Japanese version.
Okay, please. Is it Mr. Pegasus?
The password is password.
In the Japanese version, Kaiba thinks, a place like a prison where you can't leave once you've entered. It's a good joke, but it won't work. Get inside! Which is an actual quote. And the password is Alcatraz.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense, because the virtual fortress does look like Alcatraz.
It does look like Alcatraz, yeah.
I don't know what Alcatraz looks like. I'm going to be 100% honest.
It's just a little island with a fortress on it.
Yeah, basically.
Hey, Marvel, do you remember seeing that island with a fortress on it? That's Alcatraz.
Yeah.
So if you were trying to break into the real life Alcatraz, would you try it? Let's say you only get one guess.
Okay.
Would you try Pegasus or Alcatraz for the password? Or would you try password?
I would say please. Honestly, I would try Pegasus first.
Yeah, I'd try Pegasus first.
Now, here's the thing.
Same.
Alcatraz, the password to Alcatraz lends more credence to the fact that Industrial Illusions takes place in California. Because
It
Alcatraz
does, yeah.
is in California.
Yeah.
World building.
Yeah. Huh.
Is Alcatraz in California?
Yeah. It's
What is it? What do they do there?
It's a
prison.
prison.
Oh, that's messed
It's
up.
Well, it
it's-
used
it's like-
to be a prison. Now it's
It's
just
like
a tourist
Hotel
attraction.
California. You can check out anytime
Wait,
you
they
like,
turned
but
a
you can
prison
never leave.
into a tourist attraction?
Yeah.
It is now.
Whoa.
And ghosts. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Huh.
it's a prison on an island, and it was thought to be inescapable, and then some dudes escaped it.
Was it Al Capone?
No, Al Capone
No.
maybe died in Alcatraz. I can't remember. Whatever.
Can we get an F in the chat for Al Capone?
Anyway,
You don't have to give us
Okay.
an F in the chat for Al Capone.
all right.
Okay.
So
Then he breaks in with that password, and then he accesses Duelist Kingdom, and there's a bunch of duels going on, and he has to track down Yugi, or else Pegasus will...
no. Yugi's duel was in the fortress.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. So, no, you're right. Darn it. Well, then don't... He uses Dark Magician to track Yugi down, because
Right,
he knows
yeah.
Dark Magician is Yugi's favorite card.
Right.
Everyone knows that. It's on a blog
Yeah,
somewhere.
Yugi never said it, but everybody seems to know it.
Yeah.
Weevil put it online. He was like, hey, everyone, Yugi's favorite card is the Dark Magician.
Weevil.
Nobody knows my favorite card.
Is it?
Harpy Lady.
Is it Harpy's Lady?
Is it Attack the Moon?
No, it's Harpy's Lady's sisters.
Yeah.
No.
Pot of Greed.
No?
Feral
Well,
Lamb.
Feral Lamb.
Yes,
Feral
gosh,
Lamb.
it took
God.
you
Sorry, I thought
forever.
Mars was gonna get there. I had to get
It
to
took
you.
y'all so
I
much
don't-
longer than I thought it would.
I don't know why it took us so long.
I was bidding. I'm sorry.
I was kind of bidding.
Bidding my time.
Anyway, back to the duel. Basically nothing has changed since last we checked in on it. Ghost Kaiba has summoned Blue Eyes White Dragon, and Yugi's like, oh no.
That sucks.
That's no good. That's no cool. Yugi activates the card Magical Hats, which hides hides Dark Magician under one of 4 hats. Which, for some reason, the wiki puts hats in quotation marks. But okay, hats.
Because they're not real hats.
I guess so.
I guess.
I love this. You can't see that I'm doing air quotes. Why am I trying to do this bit? Anyway, Blue Eyes White Dragon attacks a hat, and then the duel continues in the next episode.
Now, this episode does also end near a spot where Mokuba is doing a monologue about how Kaiba is his best friend and that this ghost Kaiba isn't the real Kaiba.
Right,
and it gives us a nice little glimpse into what Kaiba's personal life is actually like and his relationship with his brother, which is nice.
What I will say is that all of that in the first 30 minutes was, like, pretty whack. The crazy stuff that happens in this episode does kind of top it, or at least the one big thing.
There are multiple things that happen in episode 10. Okay, I'm not going to argue.
There are multiple things. You're right.
I am thinking of one specific thing, and I'm wondering if it's the same thing you're thinking of.
I'm thinking of two specific things.
I'm thinking of one specific thing. I'm curious what Ray's second specific thing is.
All right, let's all say it on the count of 3.
The second thing?
1, 2, 3. Kaiba
turning into it. Yeah.
Hey Kaiba. Hey Kaiba.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Hey,
that is a wild thing too.
Wait, what was that part? Hey Kaiba.
The rabbits coming in.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious, but apparently no one else thought it
was really good.
It's fine. It's not like it's my boyfriend or anything.
Okay.
All right, episode 10.
Did you say the pink rabbit was your boyfriend just now?
No.
I think that is kind of what
I spaced for
that
just
is kind of what it
time
sounded like. Yeah.
Yeah, I spaced for just enough time for that to be
Yeah.
the thing that my brain connected. So, basically, Kaiba is still hacking away as one does, while Yugi continues his battle. So Blue Eyes White Dragon, Kaiba attacks one of the hats, and there's nothing underneath it. And Yugi does his evil laugh, because that's what the protagonist of our show does, apparently. And he's like, "Huh, you idiot, you dummy, wrong hat, stupid. I know it was just random chance, but God, I can't believe you messed that up. Oh my God. You were so far off. I can't even believe this. You are never gonna win this duel, you absolute troglodyte." Oh my gosh. Like, it's weird, right? It's a little uncomfortable because, like, at first you're like, yeah, this is just, like, heroic banter. But then it goes on for, like, 7 minutes.
It's just
7 minutes. He starts talking about how just how much of a garbage person Kaiba is. It gets really personal. They start talking about Kaiba's parents and, like...
When am I gonna cut this bit off is the question.
You're not. Because it's not a bit.
Uh-huh.
And he just keeps laying into Kaiba, and it gets
what
like
actually
so
happens, Marble?
Personal. No, but Kaiba, evil Kaiba takes a second turn, and he misses again. Does he hit a trap card? Is that what happens?
I think
like one of the hats has like a trap in it.
Yeah, it has a trap that does the reflecty, right?
Right. It reflects his attack back at him. The aforementioned "I am rubber, you are glue" technique.
Okay, so the duel's continuing, and
then Kaiba reveals his true form. Do we want to talk about Kaiba's true form?
Do we want to do that, or do we want to talk about how real Kaiba is trying to put a virus into Blue Eyes White Dragon to help Yugi?
Yeah, he's doing that.
Yeah, he is doing that, yeah.
He's hacking Blue Eyes White Dragon using the power of hacking.
Yeah,
as one does.
He so he uploads this virus to Blue Eyes. And there are a couple of gross bits of animation in this episode. This is definitely one of them, where Blue Eyes White Dragon starts to melt.
It's disgusting.
It's really gross and bad to look at.
Like, can you imagine a dragon becoming all clay and melting? Do that, except worse. It's terrifying.
It's really gross to behold. But
Kaiba manages to do it. He hacks a virus into Blue Eyes White Dragon, and Yugi manages to take one down.
Well, no, hold on.
There's many things.
The virus does not destroy Blue Eyes White Dragon. Because remember...
Well, yes.
He's uploading the virus, and then Pegasus gets a call like, hey, this kid's uploading a virus. And then that's when the Hey Kaiba rabbits start showing up. So Kaiba doesn't actually destroy the frankly, I'm not sure what happened, actually. So Kaiba's trying to do this, and then, Pegasus counters the hack.
With a bunch of very fun pink rabbits.
With these pink rabbits just appear all over his screen going, hey Kaiba! Hey Kaiba! Hey Kaiba! Hey Kaiba! Hey Kaiba!
The product of my nightmares, if you will.
Yeah.
And Kaiba, yells into the air.
Right?
And
what does he yell? Does he yell something, or does
he says Yugi?
He does yell Yugi.
Aw, that's cute.
Because he cares now.
He cares.
And then Yugi hears it.
Why does he care now, huh?
Okay.
What do we learn about Kaiba in this episode? We learned something, don't we? We learned something really fun about Kaiba.
Okay.
You want to talk about it, Marble?
I really do. I've been itching to
please talk about it. But also, the actual quote-unquote explanation for what happened to this Blue Eyes is kind of ridiculous. But
when it starts melting in the nastiest way.
Well, okay, yes, it starts melting because of the virus, but it isn't destroyed because of the virus.
Right.
Apparently, according to the wiki, the attack stops and the dragon disintegrates. The Blue Eyes has heard its real master's call and destroyed itself.
What? Okay, because, that is kind of what happens. Because Kaiba yells at Yugi, believing in wanting Yugi to win, and then the Blue Eyes just disintegrates.
Right.
And Yugi's like, Kaiba?
Yeah, so, yeah. He calls out Yugi's name, and Yugi does hear him. And then the Blue Eyes also heard it, but it's a card. It's a card and okay.
It's never made clear that the Blue Eyes heard Kaiba, and that's why.
You know what this means. My theory was right, and tearing up the Blue Eyes White Dragon was murder.
We'll get to that.
I mean,
Kaiba did a murder.
I still don't know that that's true. But I don't know.
Okay. Kaiba affirms the fact that he believes in the heart of the cards now.
It's true.
And it's what saved Yugi, because the Blue Eyes disintegrated itself into the graveyard, which is important for later. Okay. Now we can talk about Evil Kaiba.
I would love to.
Hold on. Did we talk about how Evil Kaiba, about the telekinesis in episode 9?
No, we didn't.
I was gonna save it for after the summary, but it was kind of like
everywhere.
Yeah. So it was just one 10-second thing that Kaiba said that absolutely floored me, because it was never brought up previously to this or ever again, unless it comes up again in the future. But Evil Kaiba was like, I know you can read my thoughts, Yugi. Which is...
He does say that,
which is absolutely wild. Can Yugi read thoughts?
Here's the thing. Yugi neither confirms nor denies that he's reading Evil Kaiba's thoughts.
It's true.
Maybe
the audience can hear Kaiba's thoughts, but he's just thinking out loud.
Well, we hear Evil Kaiba's thoughts from Yugi's perspective of the camera.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's what they're going for, but it was still very weird.
I guarantee that's not in the original version.
I'm looking into it now. Yeah, okay.
I know you can read my thoughts, Yugi.
Okay.
I think things I would never say.
Okay. So there's a little bit of a reversal in the dub and in the Japanese version. So in the dub, Ghost Kaiba says, I know that you can read my thoughts. In the Japanese dub, Ghost Kaiba says that he can read Yugi's thoughts.
Okay.
Okay.
See, that I feel like would make more sense. Because I don't think that Yugi has mind-reading powers.
I don't know.
I don't know, though.
Pegasus said that he's honing his Millennium powers very quickly.
Yeah. And Yugi does do some... actually, Yugi kind of does, communicate... Like, he communicates with Pegasus's mind at the end of the episode, right?
Kind of?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
He reaches
yeah.
out and is like, "You're next."
And his power
You're next.
destroys the fruit juice glass.
Right.
Which is awesome.
Which
love
is
that.
very
It's
cool.
a very intense scene. We need to talk about Evil Kaiba now.
We need to talk about Evil Kaiba right now.
Okay, so
Though.
Evil Kaiba. Ghost Kaiba reveals his true form, which is a pink-haired, very full-figured man
Right.
that looks like he may be in his 60s.
Uh-huh.
And he reveals himself as the evil part of Kaiba that Yugi sent to the Shadow Realm
Right.
when he mind broke Kaiba. So
Which was kind of like Yugi has talked in the past about how that's what he did, is he got rid
He
of all of the
freed Kaiba.
got rid
Yeah.
of all of the evil in Kaiba's brain or whatever.
Right.
it's
And
very weird to see it in a sentient form, though.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
That's the part I wasn't prepared for. I wasn't prepared
wasn't
for the
either.
evil part of Kaiba to have, like, thoughts and feelings and free will and stuff.
And what I wrote down here in my notes is that this is a caricature of greed, indulgence, and capitalism.
Yeah, I
True.
guess so.
But what I also will say is that episode 10 in particular has a twinge of fat phobia in it.
Just a twinge of fat phobia. They
Little
just
bit.
sprinkle it on there like a fine spice.
Yeah.
But except instead of the fine spice, it's a systemic representation of fat folks in a negative context.
Right, yeah, because, like, the
Evil Kaiba
the
says,
evil Kaiba. Well, first off, evil Kaiba says, "I'm sure the fat lady will be singing soon enough," which is an actual phrase, but it's a terrible phrase, and is just a result of internalized fat phobia in society.
Now, we do know what that phrase refers to, right?
Well, yeah, it's referring to opera,
Okay.
but
But it's still...
still. Anyway, but what's more, like, overtly fatphobic in this episode is the fact that Kaiba's evil is represented not by a character that actually looks anything like him,
Kaiba, right.
But a balding fat man.
but a balding fat man. Mm-hmm. And they never insult his weight in this episode, but they do spend the entire rest of the episode insulting him.
I mean, Joey just calls him ugly multiple times.
Yeah, it's like, again, contributing to the sort of fat-phobic centric idea of, like, fat people
are bad.
Fat people are bad, fat people are ugly, fat people are
the face of greed.
Right.
That's
And
why
yes. Yeah.
Evil Kaiba at the end of the episode joins Ursula in the sea
Oh my goodness.
as the misrepresented fat folk that are treated as villains, even though they're
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, the sort of this clown Kaiba,
Kaiba, if you will.
Kaiba, if you will.
Ray, I'm sorry.
I don't know what to...
I heard your soul leave your body.
It
Are you
did.
okay?
Yeah,
I do want to say,
yeah.
real quick, the reason why Evil Kaiba is back is because Pegasus brought him back from the Shadow Realm.
It's true.
Because Pegasus can do that. Pegasus brought Evil Kaiba back from the Shadow Realm after Yugi sent him there in the
With
first
his
episode.
Millennium Retina.
Okay.
Okay, so the duel continues. The wiki calls Clown Kaiba, which I'm deciding is his name.
Kaiba.
They call Kaiba the Mimic of Doom.
See, that
does
implies
come
it's
back?
a mimic and not necessarily the evil
part,
of
yeah.
Kaiba.
Right, which goes against what they've said.
Right. Interesting.
Let's see.
No spoilers.
I would like to know what this conversation looks like in the original dub.
Oh, that's interesting. So while we were watching, okay, so there's
Share with the class.
okay, sorry. So, first off, one is I guess there's just two little bits of trivia. So there, in this duel, Clown Kaiba uses a card called Negate Attack.
Yes.
Which is represented as a trap card, but Yugi calls it a spell card.
Yes.
Apparently, it is intended to be a magic card, but it was changed to a trap card in the dub, but they still called it a magic card.
Huh. I mean, because it
What?
makes sense. It's a trap. They trapped each other because Yugi used the reflect attacky, and then evil Kaiba used attack absorb.
Okay, to be fair, it could be a quick play spell.
I don't know what that means, Mars.
Okay, so the other bit of trivia is that this is the last episode to feature Sam Riegel as Tristan Taylor. Sam Riegel being known for Critical Role and all that.
Yeah.
So from this point on, see if you can notice a difference in Tristan's voice.
Because this was a thing that happened, and I remember this
now,
distinctly.
Tristan is played by none other than Mars.
It's me.
It's Mars.
It said, it's weird. It doesn't even say my last name on the wiki.
One sailor?
Mars.
Now hold on.
Mars Lunar Light.
Now what you're implying, Ray, is that my last name my full name would be Mars One Sailor.
It's Mars, One Sailor. So your last name is actually Mars. It's One Sailor Mars.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to clarify.
Okay,
This is
sure.
wild.
How does this end? How does this insane episode end? Let me tell you, folks.
Yes,
Blue Eyes
please
White
do.
Dragon does a mutiny.
Yeah. Yugi uses, he calls it, what was it? Reborn of the Monster? Or something?
Reborn the Monster, yeah.
It's Monster Reborn.
Yeah.
To summon Blue Eyes White Dragon from the graveyard to his side, which is wonderful symbolism of Kaiba actually joining and supporting Yugi in this whatever endeavor they're doing. And then Yugi also uses, what's the card, the elf,
it's the mystical elf who has apparently been chanting a spell that lets it transfer the her attack over to Blue Eyes White Dragon,
which is a trick he learned from Kaiba in their duel or something.
Something like that. Anyway.
And then Blue Eyes White Dragons obliterates evil Kaiba.
Now, what I will say is that the effect of Mystical Elf was not actually technically needed to win the duel.
How come? You said that during the episode. I'm actually curious.
So, here's how it works now. I don't know if this is how it works back then. But since the two Blue Eyes, because Clown Kaiba also had one, because when Kaiba escaped out of the cliff-side house, he left his deck behind, and Pegasus took it and gave it to the clown. Anyway, so since they have the same attack, if one Blue Eyes was to attack the other, they would just both be destroyed without life points being affected. Then one of the other monsters that Yugi had could have attacked directly and won the duel
On the same turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it wasn't technically necessary, but it was
it's cooler.
But it was way flashier.
Right.
Also, Yugi did have an advantage because clowns are weak against Blue Eyes White Dragons.
It's true. That's in the rule book.
Yeah,
the
we've seen that
The type
air monsters are more effective against ground monsters, and Blue Eyes White Dragon type monsters are more
good
effective
against clown types.
real life clowns.
Yeah, real clowns, not in-game clowns.
Right,
No.
and nothing
hold
like
up a
it or
Blue
Tim
Eyes-
Curry.
If you hold up a
it's
Blue
real clown.
Eyes
Yeah.
to a clown, they will cower in fear.
It's true.
Try it.
Don't
it.
approach clowns. That's my
do
hot
not
take.
approach clowns.
So Yugi sends Kaiba back to the Shadow Realm and is like, "You're not coming back ever."
Right.
And then
And the
that's
whole
that.
audience thanked him.
For real.
You're right. And then Yugi has a conversation with Pegasus, which we've mentioned before, and Yugi's just like, I don't care what you're throwing at me, I'm gonna save my grandfather's soul, and I'm gonna kick your butt into next week.
Mm-hmm. And then he makes his Capri Sun explode.
His wine glass Capri Sun explode, yes.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you gotta be fancy. You gotta pour your Capri Sun into a wine glass.
Oh, absolutely.
You gotta live the high life.
And then the last little bit is Yugi going over and retrieving Kaiba's deck so that he might give it back.
It's keeping him for himself.
You better keep some of those blue eyes. Kaiba owes you at this point.
It's true.
Then they noticed that Kimo didn't uphold his end of the bargain and took Mokuba anyway, and is gone.
Oh, also at some point, Kaiba escaped his mansion before the guards could point at him aggressively.
Yeah.
So we don't know where Kaiba is again.
We don't know. Kaiba's in the wind.
Kaiba's in the wind. It's a good song by Beck.
Kaiba's in the wind. That's not what Beck sounds like, but
that was 2 wild episodes.
So what did we think about these 2 episodes?
Well, what did we learn?
What did we learn?
What was the moral?
Don't talk to clowns.
Don't talk to clowns.
No, that's rude. No,
listen,
I'm not against clown profession.
Everyone, listen. You can talk to clowns. Just be careful which clowns you're talking to.
Yeah, just like anyone, be careful who you talk to.
Make sure that the kinds of clowns that blink and require sustenance that isn't human flesh.
Right, exactly. And if there's a clown in the woods, don't go in the woods.
Right, yeah.
And if you see a clown outside your window, maybe
scream.
Call the cops.
I'd scream.
Well, I would scream.
Here's the thing, is that if you're visiting a clown, and they have portraits on the wall with faces of every single human being you've ever interacted with,
and you haven't talked to those people in a while,
it's probably a bad sign.
Mm-hmm. And if no one in your friend group is the clown, maybe you're the clown.
Okay, wait. I think the real lesson is that
1 out of 3 people in every friend group is a clown. Which of us is it?
Well, it's neither. Oh my God, am I the clown?
I think Ray might be the clown.
Ray might be the clown.
Now, are you an affable clown or are you an evil clown? Have you been trapping my friends and loved ones inside paintings?
I don't know, Marble. Have I?
I have to go.
Yeah,
I think the real thing.
I've got to check.
I think the real thing we learned is that the real clowns were the friends we made along the way.
Honestly, though, that's like not even untrue.
I know, that's the actual thing. Also, we learned that Yu-Gi-Oh finally learned how to do that multiple character smash cut where everyone's faces comes in at different angles.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about. If you're an anime fan, you know what I'm talking about. They're all going ah. And there's a blur effect. Yeah, we learned that. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Learned that today, in 2019.
Well, I suppose with that valuable lesson under our hats, it's time to wrap up because our hand has been played. Thank you so much for listening to Deck of Friendship. If you enjoyed the show, please do share it with a friend. It would really mean a lot to us. And also, leave us a rating on iTunes. If you want to reach out to us, you can find us on Twitter at FriendshipDeck or at deckofriendshippod@gmail.com. Our turn is over. Your move.